Hello, listeners, and welcome to the Musical Mayhem podcast. I am your host, Michaela Krowski, alongside my lovely co-host, Joëlle Reisner. How are we doing, Joelle?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So for this episode, we're going to be talking about music, mainly our favorite artists, our top 3 favorite artists, and we're going to have a special guest come on later in the episode to talk about their favorite artist. So I'm going to start us off here. We're going to start with our top 3 favorite artists. And Joelle, this one's really controversial, but I really love Drake. Like, I know a lot of people don't like Drake, but I've liked Drake for a while, but I've recently gotten way into his music, especially with his latest album, For All the Dogs. And yeah, I've just been jamming to that all day long in the car.
I like Drake, but I wouldn't consider him one of my favorite artists. I understand where you're coming from. Occasionally, I will listen to him, and
that's valid. Now, Joelle, what is your first artist that you're going to be talking about today?
My first artist is J.W. Francis, a brand new artist that I found that plays indie pop, and actually one of my friends showed him to me, and I've loved it. And I've listened to the music all weekend long. I love it. You should listen to it.
You just discovered him this weekend?
Yep.
Ooh, fun.
So he's a very, very good artist.
Okay. All right. And my second artist is a little bit different than Drake. I'm going to go with Post Malone. I love Post Malone. I have for years. I really want to see him in concert. I don't think Post Malone has a bad song, to be honest. I like all of his songs. They're all catchy, they're all fun, and it goes from melancholy to upbeat to rap to pop. It goes back and forth. And I know there's been a leaked song with him and Morgan Wallen, which I'm very excited for. How about you? What do you think about Post Malone?
I like Post Malone. There's been so many moments when I've been in high school and I've sang the song Congratulations.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
So he's been in there since I was in high school, and I love that song, and it's definitely made a big impact in my life, and I feel like I will use it now for our graduation.
Oh yeah. That'd be a good one, actually.
Yeah, we should use that one.
Yeah. So what's your second artist that you're going to be talking about?
My second artist is a Korean artist called NCT Dream, and basically they're a Korean band, and I've listened to them since I was a kid. And if you think, oh, you don't understand what they're saying, well, I do. I read their translations and understand their lyrics, and I feel like it's been made a big impact in my life as J.W. Francis is.
Yeah, I don't mind K-pop. I don't listen to it a ton. I had a moment in high school where I loved Blackpink for a while, and I liked them a lot. I would just sit and watch the dance videos over and over, and at one point I knew one of the dances. But my third favorite artist that I'm going to be showcasing is one I already mentioned, Morgan Wallen, which is very different from Drake and Post Malone. I haven't been the biggest country fan my whole life, but once I started listening to Morgan Wallen, and a lot of my friends listened to him too, I started to really like his music, and it's good when I want to just mellow out and just have a more subtle vibe when I'm listening to music. So what about you? What's your final artist that you're going to be talking about?
My final artist is the one and only Boy Genius.
Ooh, okay.
A friend of mine, Taylor, showed me their music last year, and ever since she showed me it, I've been obsessed, and I love them.
Okay.
Yep.
Love that. So speaking of Taylor, we actually have her here with us. How we doing, Taylor?
Hey guys, I'm doing good. Thank you for inviting me to be on this podcast. I'm so excited to be here.
Of course, as soon as we figured out we were talking about music, I immediately thought of you because you are a ginormous fan of Boy Genius. Is that right?
I am.
Awesome. So, first of all, how did you discover Boy Genius? How did you become such a huge fan?
I discovered Boy Genius. First, I gotta get into a little bit of the history of it. They're a supergroup, which means they consist of already established artists coming together. So I found I'd say 2 of the members. The most popular member is Phoebe Bridgers. I found Phoebe Bridgers, I'd say around 2020-ish. And Lucy Dacus too. And once I was like, oh, they're making music together with the other member too, Julian Baker. why not give that a shot? And I fell in love with the music they created all together.
Awesome.
So, Taylor, who's your favorite member from Boy Genius?
So a lot of people will tell you if you ask them this and they're fans of Boy Genius, like, oh, I love all the members. Or I've heard, oh, Phoebe Bridgers because she got me into it and she's the biggest one. Or, oh, Julian Baker because she's the small one. Like, that's so stupid. And I am here to advocate for my favorite member and who I think is best out of all of them, Lucy Dacus. So all the members of Boy Genius do, I would say, alternative indie rock popish. Phoebe and Julian are really good at, portraying super sad, super, stuff like that. While I feel like Phoebe's lyrics sometimes can just make no sense. And Julia sometimes is really hard to listen to with all of her religious trauma dumped in her music and all that. But Lucy, I really relate to the stuff that she sings about, and I find it really nostalgic too. Her latest album, which came out, I believe, 2021, which was titled Home Video, really talks about like how the title of it is like a home video, and it just talks about some stuff from her past, and it's just, really relatable with all the stuff she went through. Sometimes I feel like she kind of just popped open my brain and took out what she saw and just wrote it. It was very poetic, beautiful lyrics. And I love her voice too. She's more of an alto, which means she sings like deeper rather than going for super high pitched, which can get annoying. I also sing, I play the drums too, and I cannot hit those high notes. So very grateful to Lucy for that. And just, Lucy. And Phoebe did introduce me to Boy Genius, but I've been so true and loyal to Lucy. It's great. I love her music.
I've got another question for you. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song from Boy Genius? Ooh, I'm going to do a mini top 3 because they're all very different. My first one I'm going to mention is We're in Love. It's a slow piano ballad, mainly just featuring Lucy's vocals, written by her too, and then the other two come in at the end. Very beautiful song. I heard it for the first time. I was so taken aback with how poetic it was. And sad too, but it was still really great. My second one's going to have to go to Not Strong Enough. First song I really heard from there.
That song is amazing. I love that song. Yeah.
I don't know if they'll hear you, but first song I heard, from that album, because it was a single released for it, and I thought it was amazing and that it was going to be so popular, which I was right. They won a Grammy for it, by the way.
Woo! Woohoo!
But so I also advocated for our radio station here, WGAO Power 88, shout out.
Oh yeah, Power
Shameless
88.
plug.
Yep, shameless plug for them to, give Not Strong Enough a chance and be like, hey, I know it's a group with 3 women in it, but it's a really good alternative rock song and just so catchy and kind of upbeat with a little depressing lyrics, but hey, I like that stuff.
Correct.
My last song is going to go to Salt in the Wound. That's usually their closers at their concerts and stuff, which I luckily got to go to with one of my good friends here, Joëlle.
Woohoo!
And Salt in the Wound is just really, and again, starts with Lucy. Just a very strong, powerful song that ends the two of them, like, screaming, Lucy and Phoebe, while Julian's, like, shredding the guitar. It's just awesome.
Ooh.
Awesome song.
Now, tell me a little more about your concert. Joelle, you could pipe in too, because it looks like you went together. Tell me a little more about it.
Definitely, we went together. It was definitely an experience that I will not ever forget. Ever since we stepped into the venue, just seeing the stage, seeing them dance backstage, we had the best seats ever, I feel like, and it was just very fun, and I will never forget the moment me and Taylor going to Boy Genius together.
So yeah, when I saw they were going on a little fall East Coast tour, I was like, oh my God, this is great. And since I had Joëlle, who also liked the band, because it's very hard for me to find people that like the music I like. Mm-hmm. Not because it's like super obscure, but just alternative indie. I don't know. Not really everyone's thing. Yeah, so I finally, since I introduced Joëlle to Boy Genius, I was like, hey, Joëlle, you want to go with me? They're touring now. Might not be again.
Yeah, I will definitely go with you.
Yeah, she was very enthusiastic and definitely did not say no. And so, yeah, we had some pretty good seats. We were at the new venue in Boston. It was, I think it's called MGM Studio or something like that.
Yeah,
MGM Music Hall. That's what it's called. So it was, really good in there. I don't think there was, honestly, a bad seat in that venue. It was, really good. I enjoyed it so much. One of my favorite concerts of all time. And I had Joelle there with me, so it was great to, bring a friend along. And we bought merch.
Yep.
So that's also important.
Yay!
And speaking of merch, I'm wearing merch right now.
Shameless plug again.
Shameless plug. I love merch. I feel like merch is the best part of the concerts because like it allows you to like have a memory from the actual day.
Exactly.
That's why
rather than just
whenever I go to
photos.
concerts, I always look at the merch, and if it's not like outrageously expensive, then I'll like buy a T-shirt or something.
And I really like the merch that has like the tour dates on the back because that just
Yeah,
like cements it.
exactly.
Like I went
It's
here.
like, hey, I
this
went
day.
to the tour.
It just it's
Exactly.
great.
But that's about all we have for today. I'm Michaela Krupski, signing off for Joëlle Reisner. Taylor, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.